Mervin Pinnick has finally confirmed that he will step down as the NFF president when his tenure of second term of 8 years finally comes to an end this September later this year. And of course, our status quo remained in the Nigerian Professional Football League, the NPFL, because games were played yesterday and it was wins for the likes of Rivers United and Plateau United. And even as we build up to Super Sunday in the English Premier League between Liverpool and Manchester City, where Liverpool coach Jurgen Klopp have made two big claims concerning Pep Guardiola and of course the rivalry between Liverpool and Manchester City. It is the biggest rivalry that the English Premier League have ever seen. On this note, I welcome you to the TGIF edition of Total Sports on Impact Business Radio 92.5 FM. This is the first and only business radio station in Nigeria, and of course you know this is your station of choice. Welcome to the sport headquarters in Southwest Nigeria, and like I do say, this is the Sports Factory, where we convert sporting raw materials into finished article for your own utility in order to satisfy your sporting want, need or desire. It's time to embark on this jolly ride into the world of sport. TGIF, thank God it's Friday, the weekend is here and the rest is near, but of course a big action in the English Premier League. Just 1 point separate, differentiate Manchester City and Liverpool is all to play for at the Etihad this Sunday. They call it the Super Sunday, the Battle Royale between Pep Guardiola and of course Jurgen Klopp. We shall build up to that big one this Sunday, and of course we shall talk on games concerning the Super Falcons of Nigeria, and of course I'll take a review of games I played yesterday, talking about the quarterfinals of the UEFA Europa League, not forgetting the UEFA Europa Conference League. My name is Isaiah Akinremi. You are welcome on board. When the time is right, we shall open the phone lines up for you to join the conversation. 091-6104-7698, 091-6104-7698, or 081-105-26487, 081-105-26487. You can also reach us via 0902-2809-257, 0902-2809-257. You can also send your WhatsApp or text messages to 070-6093-2899, 070-6093-2899. It's Total Sport on Impact Business Radio 92.5 Ibr92.5FM. NBA also will be one of our focus this afternoon. Not forgetting, even as we build up to the Australian Grand Prix, because Charles Leclerc have done well talking about the second practice session of the Australian Grand Prix. Once again, my name is Isaiah Akinremi. You're welcome on board. Guys, I was excited to dissect the different juicy sporting stories that I have in front of me. Let me start with Kenny Bamdele. KB is making a big return on the show this afternoon. Kenny, some few hours to go to that game that they call the final of the English Premier League. It's good to have you. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me this afternoon, Sport Prophet. Yeah, counting down to the game between Liverpool and Manchester City. Is really going to be a big game, and probably not a title decider, but definitely it's a game that will make us know who is actually ready to like go on and win the title this season.
You're on the same page with the coach.
Definitely,
says it's not the title decider.
It's not the title decider. I mean, we've still got a lot of games to come after this one. So,
but that game can build confidence.
Sure,
and
for Liverpool, if they
can serve as an edge, over the other team.
Definitely, if Liverpool lose to Man City on Sunday, then somehow they should begin to wave the title goodbye. But if they defeat Man City, now they can now have hopes. Okay, we have what it takes to go on and win the title. Remember, Liverpool still have fixtures to come.
That's right.
So it's really going to be tough for both teams. But that game really is going to be a cracker. And both teams, interestingly, won their games in the Champions League quarterfinals. Liverpool, on the other hand, away from home, defeated Benfica 3-1. While Manchester City defeated stubborn Atletico Madrid a goal to nil, thanks to Kevin De Bruyne finish. So. I mean, I can't wait for that one. And from the world of Formula One, really getting to official Leclerc doing well for himself. Or I think somehow Lewis Hamilton, somehow you just got to be careful this time. Guys have stepped up.
Apart from Hamilton, the Mercedes team, they've been woeful.
Oh, absolutely woeful.
In the early stage of the season.
And it's not like them, Hamilton to always give it, a great start to any season, but maybe because he lost to Max Verstappen last time out and is still suffering from that somehow. I don't know, but I think it's high time Hamilton, bounce back to winning ways. And from the National Basketball Association, Golden State Warriors defeated the Lakers this morning.
GSW.
And I was just laughing.
I don't know how the Lakers nation are feeling.
I actually don't know. I'm trying to be in their shoes right now, but bro,
don't be in their shoes.
No, I'm just how painful it is.
That shoes won't size you.
Absolutely not. But you know why I actually don't want to insult them too much, or probably attack them too much.
We have a lot of Lakers fans.
Yeah,
they've been coming for you.
Sure.
Chelsea fans have been coming for you.
Definitely. Chelsea fans and Lakers fans really coming up for me because I'm doing my job well. Because I support Oklahoma City Thunder, so I don't know
you support.
I don't want to.
When it comes to basketball,
I don't want to talk about. No, I told you before the Sport Prof. I support OKC. Way
you
back.
left OKC when Russell left them.
No, I never announced I was leaving OKC.
You told me you are not part of OKC again.
No, I never did that. I can't remember doing that.
And you gave the net the chance
sure.
this season.
Yeah.
And you are saying sure.
OKC can't win. OKC can't win the title
can
this
the Nets
season.
Win the title?
Sure, they can.
Say sure.
They're absolutely sure, bro. So I think they should bounce back. Brooklyn needs to begin to win games right now. And a lot to talk about. Thanks for having me.
All right, thank you for joining us this afternoon. That's the voice of KB, Kenny Bamdele, this afternoon on Total Sport on Impact Business Radio 92.5 FM. Also joining us on the show is Samson Omotosho, the sport maestro, who is also bracing up for a big weekend. Sport actions that we can't just wait to lay our hands on. Samson, it's good to also have you join us. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. Good afternoon to all our listeners. It's good to be here to talk sport again. What a great time. A lot happening in the world of sports. From that man whom they don't want to release at Wolverhampton Wanderers. We've got a couple of Nevis have been tagged for £100 million, and I tend to ask myself, how much is it worth? I mean, sometimes when you don't want to release players, you just put a release clause of a ridiculous amount that people might want to say, hey, is he can you compare him with Harry Kane, or you want to compare him with Lewandowski that you're pricing him for 100 million? I mean, this is a player of Wolverhampton Wanderers, and sometimes we saw some fantastic move from Wolverhampton.
That's right.
They've got a couple of players, just like Southampton too had some couple of players that moved to Anfield.
Of course.
Some couple from Wolverhampton as well. But looking at it from another perspective, some of these players are not really worth that amount.
But that's the value, the club.
They actually rated them.
On
Some of those players are actually overrated. 100 million for who? For Neves. How much? What does he want?
The transfer market is overblown because Samson, you can't just fault them.
Of course, we know a couple of Portuguese players.
Samson, when you have an asset, it's the prerogative is on you to value that asset.
Yes.
So if Kenny wants to buy, he must be able to abide, by what you put to him, and if he can't, he should leave.
I mean, Ruben Neves is not
but
for
Neves
me.
has been good.
Yes, he is, but he's not worth 100. That's my opinion. That's my take. You might say yes, okay, perhaps maybe 70 for him. I'm not talking about
the like of Harry for 80 million pounds.
That's if you see that one. I think their eyes were actually covered when they, there was a particular video that was released recently that someone said, well, I actually saw a video that made Manchester United to sign, Harry Maguire for 80 million. And, when I saw it, it was dazzling everyone. It was just doing some, how he twists his legs. I was doing some, those fake leg overs. And before you know it, Manchester United saw him and said, oh, this is a fantastic. Although, with all fairness to him, when he was at Leicester City, we saw some fantastic display from him, but it wasn't worth 80 at that point in time. But they were trying to just, beat that price for VVD. VVD was 75, so they tried to beat, that record, and they went ahead with 5 extra million.
Liking him to VVD.
Exactly.
The guy in charge of Harry Maguire PR, top notch.
Yeah, top notch, fantastic. I mean,
what he did to scam United.
See, it's not really scam. It's just wisdom.
Labana scam.
Yeah, it's wisdom. They use wisdom to get what they want.
It's scam, bro.
Why were they scam?
It's scam.
Don't they have super scouts in their team that could actually scout? That could spot those areas. I mean, they saw something in him, and he came. The only thing it was just that he was overrated, and of course a lot of pressure was on him to deliver. And for him again, he came on board, and only for you to give him captain handband. I mean, sometimes you want someone like that who is coming from Leicester City to come captain, Manchester United. I mean, with zero experience when it comes to that kind of, the load, the everything was so heavy on him, and that actually made him to actually flop. But he's going to bounce back, just like Southgate has actually said.
Okay, Southgate has been backing him, and a couple of his teammates
in the national
team, the likes of Grealish and co, have backed him after he was booed by some section of the Three Lions fans. But before I quickly take a look at a review of matches from match day 21 that was concluded yesterday in the Nigerian Professional Football League. Kenny, I showed you some stats. I want you to quickly touch on that before we move straight to the NPFL about Nikola Jokic. Some teams are unable to pick tickets for the playing, talk less of the playoff. Jokic has been able to power the Denver Nuggets team to clinch a playoff spot. And Kenny, it was history making for Nikola Jokic, who made history as Denver Nuggets clinch a 4th consecutive playoff berth with a 122-109 victory over the Memphis Grizzlies. Jokic became the first player in NBA history with, guess what, 2,000 points, 1,000 rebounds, and 500 assists in a season. He had 35 points, 16 rebounds, 6 assists, and 5 steals.
Where's that guy from? Like, he's just so sensational. I think Jokic deserved to get the MVP.
Lashing words.
No, that's it.
Lashing
I think it deserved to get the MVP. That is just the truth. Now here is it. Now it's in a team, depleted team. For most part of the season, I've been without Jamal Murray.
That's right.
Michael Porter Jr. It's not that these guys, and he's single-handedly winning games for them. And now this is it. When it comes to getting shots, I think in terms of fewer attempts, he has gotten more shots than Joel Embiid. In fewer attempts, it tells his efficiency. His mid-range jumper, his 3-point shot, everything just working well. So I think Nikola Jokic, is a special basketball player, just like as Messi is to football. I think that's Nikola to right now.
I think Nikola is underrated.
And this is it. Do you know why it's underrated?
When you liken him to the likes of KD, Steph Curry, the top guys in the NBA, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and I think he has been, in that bracket of Karim Benzema. in football that always do his job, and we don't give him that rave review. And don't forget Kenny, I think he is the current was it correct now? MVP. He won the MVP last year of the regular season. He's the current MVP, and according to his coach, the coach said the MVP isn't even a competition at all. That there's other great players, saying they are not great players, but what Nikola Jokic has done this year with his team, he needs to retain that.
Yeah, he needs to retain it. Actually, at first I wasn't really giving him the chance, but I think from this year there was a time at which out of 30 games they won 22 and lost 8, and also looking at his records too, with Denver Nuggets, I think Nikola Jokic deserves to get the MVP, and looking at how he's been able to carry the team, win games for them, and he's not doing it once, he's not doing it twice, he's been doing it like forever, and he's not ready to stop. And look at his, I think after match it was average 26.1 points per game, 13.9 rebounds and 8.1 assists per game, and this is a benchmark that no other players match. He shoot 57.4 from the field and 36% from 3-point range. This is an all-rounder. On defense is there. He can actually get rebounds. That's one thing sure because of his height. On offense, he's also there. So somehow it's like Denver Nuggets have in the starting 5. There is 5 Nikola Jokic in that team. Because what he's done is been able to breathe his quality into other players in his team somehow. And one of the reasons why I feel he's kind of underrated is because he's indifferent to his own success. He's not the type that we go to the press and start saying I'm the best, I did this. No, it's not that kind of. In fact, when he was announced as the MVP, his teammate kind of planned and make it like a surprise for him. He wasn't really sure. He just stood up like he's normal. Yeah, exactly. And that's why I so much respect him. Not like Giannis or Joel, but somehow maybe if I'm going to pick between, I think Joel shouldn't even be in the conversation for the MVP.
I was coming to that to ask you. I think we've had a sizable amount of games in which I can possibly ask you about your choice for the MVP. His coach, Michael Malone, says it was good last year and is even better this year.
Yeah, he's better this year, but he's not even better than Giannis and Jokic. That is the truth. And Giannis, on the other hand, we talked about the fact that Milwaukee Bucks played for most part of the season without Brook Lopez, and Giannis had more time playing in the center position, which means that probably should reduce his offensive, efficiency, but that did not. So this is another all-round player that is always ready to give his all for his team. That's the kind of player Giannis is. So if I'm going to pick between Nikola Jokic or Giannis Antetokounmpo, it's like a huge one between the devil and the deep blue sea. That's like dilemma right now. But I think maybe Jokic, because as much as I want to pick Giannis because he's got the Nigerian heritage and all, but I don't want to let sentiment to take charge of this. Pragmatically speaking, I think Nikola Jokic deserves this because of what he's done. Without Murray, without Paul Jr., he's been winning games. And Giannis has been with Chris or Drew.
His friends
are there, so you can say, okay, maybe that can actually you can waive that. So I think Nikola Jokic deserves it.
Nikola Jokic, coming from KB, taking it to Nikola Jokic, just like the coach Michael Malone says, there's no competition about the MVP. It seems he might just retain his crown of last season, and let's see if him and Giannis can just repeat what they did last season, because Giannis was the best player for the final of the finals. So let's see how it pans out at the end of the day. Right now, let's bring the discussion back home, talking about the Nigerian Professional Football League, the NPFL. It was a 3-game played yesterday, which completed the match day 21 of the Nigerian Professional Football League. Wiki Tourist defeated Sunshine Stars by a goal to nil, and of course the games that involved two teams are fighting for the title. Talking about Rivers United and Plateau United. Plateau United defeated Niger Tornadoes by a goal to nil at the New Jos Stadium. And guess what? Stanley Eguma's Rivers United also won. Same scoreline. It was a copy and paste result for these two teams because Rivers United, the pride of Rivers, defeated the rejuvenated Lobby Stars by a goal to nil in the Garden City of Port Harcourt. And Samson, I think these two teams have shown to us that they mean business this season, and it's going to be like what we are experiencing in the English Premier League between Liverpool and Manchester City right now in the NPFL, because Rivers United are still top with 46 points and 2 points separate them, and and Plateau United were in second position with 44 points. Both teams still won yesterday.
Yeah, definitely. Looking at it, I love the the challenge. I love the competition. Healthy one. What a way to actually set the ball rolling. We see Plateau United after the emergence of that man, Fidelis Electrical. I mean, he has actually moved that. Has catapulted that Plateau United team. He has taken them to where they really want to be. Remember, I was with Atland at a point.
That's right.
And they couldn't. There was a lot of issues on ground. He had to resign. He resigned and then joined Plateau United.
That's
now
right.
Look at where Plateau is sitting now. It shows that he has actually worked on that team. And then 2 points difference between them, just like the English Premier League, though the English Premier League is just a point.
That's
but then it makes it look like, well, first is winning. Then any slight mistake from Rivers United, Plateau United takes over from them. And that is why it's more interesting, and it looks like, well, this is how we're going to do it throughout the season, because they kept winning their games. We saw 1-1. This one won by 1 goal margin. The other one won by 1 goal margin. We are seeing that repeating itself, and nobody wants to actually let down his or her guard.
That's
so
right.
Looking at it from that point, I feel Rivers United should just keep the ball rolling. Else, if they slip a bit, Plateau comes on top of them, and once it does that, it's not coming down.
Well, Plateau is still breathing, closely followed by Rangers also. Just like we told you, Rivers in first, Plateau in second, and of course goal difference, it's plus 23 for Rivers United and plus 20 for Plateau United. That's how it looks like in the Nigerian Professional Football League, the NPFL. Well, it's still the aftermath of that disappointment of the Super Eagles ouster from the FIFA World Cup in Qatar later this year, and there have been a lot of calls, questions being asked why the Super Eagles won't be at the Mundial, global football showpiece later this year. Don't forget that Amutajero Pinnick is the president of the Nigerian Football Federation, and also Austin Eguavoen was the interim coach down there, and he has resigned from his post then. Well, a lot have been asked about the glass house, and we've got the latest concerning the NFF president this afternoon, who has confirmed that he won't run for another term as the NFF president. Well, Amutajero Pinnick has made it clear that he won't be running for a third term in office due to family pressure. Recall that Pinnick has come under heavy criticism to resign as NFF president after the Super Eagles failed to qualify for the 2022 World Cup in Qatar. Let's make listen to the NFF president this afternoon, confirming to all the Nigerians that after my second term this year in September, I will step down as the NFF president. This is a huge one coming from Pinnick. We'll be right back.
Eligible to run? Yes, I'm eligible to run based on our statutes. Do I want to run at this moment? Is it no? Because my family says so at the moment. My family is very key to me, family first. They've seen that I've put in my all, I've done my best. They've seen that it's taking a toll on me, taking a toll on the family. And that they believe that it's time that I should move on. It's a very regrettable decision.
right, that was the confirmation from the Delta State Sports Administrator, who has stated that his time in the glass house has taken a toll on his relationship with his family. Still to sports on Impact Business Radio 92.5 FM. Samson, you may listen to Pinnick down there, who has confirmed that he will step down as the NFF president at the end of his tenure in office later this year in September. Pinnick, came into office, don't forget, in 2014 when he assumed, leadership of the NFF on 30th September 2014. And on 20th September 2018, Pinnick was re-elected for another 4-year term in office in the NFF Elective Congress in Katsina. And, what do you make about the reign of Pinnick so far? And, of course, this confirmation from him saying he would step down, at the end of his tenure later this year in September. You saw that coming?
Yeah, of course. I never saw that coming. Perhaps maybe he has actually listened to us over time when we said he didn't want to do it as a form of resignation, but then just stepping down. Like, I'm not going to contest this time. We said something prior to this time that none of them should even remain in office. After losing, they didn't lose, but then by a we-go rule, they didn't go to the World Cup. And there was this confidence they had at that point that when we get to Nigeria, we're going to get the job done. The job that it could have done at Accra, Kumasi over there. And coming back to Nigeria, well, if you want to look at it to an extent, he has actually won some things on the 17 World Cup. At that point in time, he won it in 2015, and in 2016-2018, he won the AFCON, the women ALCON.
Okay, the women version.
The women version twice, 2016-2018, and of course, he's won some couple. Looking at when we got in 2019. We actually came back with a bronze medal. In 2016, Rio 2016, we came back with a bronze medal. So you want to look at some of his achievements. On the average side, he's done well. But I feel that he could have done better if there was no. You remember, he has a lot of fraud allegations against him. While he was there he had it in 2018, he had it in 2016, a lot of issues, and of course, recently in 2019, we had about 8.4 million dollars or thereabout FIFA grants that a lot of issues that he had. Although there were allegations that were never came to light as that he was actually guilty of it at the point, but they were all allegations. But by and large, he has done well, 50%. Now let's see who's going to take over from him, who will do perhaps do Nigeria proud. We have missed out this time at the World Cup 2022. We're not going to be there. Hopefully in 2023 we go for the African Cup of Nations, and of course we look forward to 2026 for the World Cup. So it's something that we applaud him for that. Well, for me personally, I think from his standpoint, he said family comes first, which is very important.
Pinnick has been vocal about his family.
Yeah, very important.
Don't forget when he planned to vie for the FIFA Council seat, he said, "I'll ask my family."
Yes,
they say yes.
Very important.
I will go. And he has stated here that his family said, "Hey, it's taking a toll, on your relationship with us." And I think the family also are under pressure right now with what happened with we not qualifying for the FIFA World Cup.
When we look at it,
because I advise him, "Hey, guy, this is the right time to step down."
It's the right time to step down. And apart from that, I wouldn't know if his stepping down this September would actually affect him being, he's the first vice president at for CAF, and of course, he's a member of organizing committee at FIFA. So I wouldn't know if this would actually affect those positions he's holding at the CAF level and at the FIFA level. So all of this must be clarified, so we get to know if he's only shying away from the fact that we didn't go for the World Cup, or he just wants to step down from administration completely, from football related issues at the moment. So those are the things that we're going to try to find out perhaps in September when he
I believe he will still be part of the FIFA Council membership because
that's non-negotiable.
It was an election that took place.
Exactly.
Don't forget, if you are part of if you are the president at your federation at the national level, that is a prerequisite to become part of the vice president.
Exactly.
We have different vice presidents.
Yes, we have first vice, second
vice president. As far as you are, a president, in your federation, and I think it will still be there, because don't forget Amos Adamu in 2006 to 2010, was part of the FIFA Council, and he was never part, of the top administrators, when it comes to the NFF.
I think he wants to just concentrate, try to concentrate on FIFA and CAF,
on the global level, and
look at it from. For me, I think he has actually, to many extent, he has represented Nigeria well at the CAF level, and of course at FIFA. Getting someone of his caliber being at the organizing committee, I mean, you can't find it anywhere, just like that. But he's doing that. First vice president of CAF is also something that we need to. But I just need to.
First vice president of CAF was not re-elected.
It was not re-elected. Yes, he stepped down
by Ahmad Ahmad.
Yes,
his tenure was not renewed.
It was not
renewed.
He
had issues with Ahmad Ahmad there, so it's not part of the CAF executive.
So looking at that, is no longer part of CAF. But he just wants to concentrate on FIFA at the moment. But I just hope that this will not just be that another time, maybe in August, we just hear, well, I've reconsidered and I'll be running for the for the third term.
Right?
Anything can happen. We are still in April and we're talking about September, so there's still months ahead. So because we know Nigerians, they can change the tone at any point.
Let me talk to Kenny on this. Kenny, quick one. Your reaction from the announcement by the NFF Supremo. Just like Samson rightly highlighted, part of his 8-year reign, we won the Under-17 World Cup in 2015. We also won the Women's African Cup of Nations in 2016, 2018. Bronze medal, from Olympics in 2016, and of course, bronze medal from the African Cup of Nations in Egypt in 2019. And we're asking, if Pinnick, has been successful, when it comes to administration of Nigerian football, development of Nigerian football, and of course, bringing up different programs to push Nigerian football forward. And he, coming out to state he would, leave office. Don't you think, this will also affect Nigeria, on the world stage, in the long run? Because some, believe that he has been a power broker, he has been a big boy player when it comes to the administration of world football, with him having this affiliation with, the president of FIFA, talking about Gianni Infantino. And don't forget, he's the third Nigerian elected into the prestigious council of FIFA Council after Orokoyo in 1980 to 1988, and of course Amos Adamu in 2006 to 2010.
Yeah, I think first of all, before you say, Ashinika has done well, okay, the Under-17 World Cup, fine. It's not that we have never won it before. I think it was in 2013, Kelechi and Nacho set, right, with Isaac success. Yeah, we won it then. The women's
2007, we won it.
Yeah. We got to this finals in 2009 with Stanley Okoro, the little Messi, and Emmanuel there, Sonny Emmanuel, all of them, Ramon Aziz, part of that team then. So, and for the Women's African Cup of Nations, we've also won it before Pinnick. Olympic medal, we won it in 2008, silver medal when we played at this 90 final. So all of this, we've won in 2013. Now all of these achievements you mentioned, there is no milestone in this. Reaching a milestone is different from winning what you have won before. You understand? So I think it's hard to say, oh, this is what Pinnick did that was so great. Now Pinnick has done well in terms of helping Nigeria in the international scene, getting international recognition, and also the executive seat and all of that, which is pretty cool. I think that is one thing that is done that I really love. But when it comes to the results, games, I think he did not do well in the administration. Some decision making really affected the team. He's just the kind of person that, okay, he wants whatever he says, whatever he wants to just be like that, and he's not helping things. That was one of the reasons why he had issues with Sunday Diary. Both I think both actually they've got the same attributes. So somehow that's why they don't tend to agree sometimes. So I don't think he has done exceptionally well, averagely well. I would say that.
Okay.
By winning what we have won before. So even the bronze.
So we won't miss him.
Yeah, we're not going to miss Pinnick. We're not going to miss Pinnick, but this is not discrediting him for what he's done. I think he's played a huge role in terms of the international recognition. and all. I think that is it for me. Nothing big at all.
Okay, well, let's open the phone lines right now before we take a look at games played yesterday in the Europa League and, of course, the Europa Conference League. Talk to us about, Majumevin Pinnick, this big announcement from him saying he would step down after his tenure in September this year. Was Pinnick successful or not during his reign? And, of course, you can build up to that big game between Liverpool and Manchester City. Our first caller is here. Hello, sir. Good afternoon.
Hello.
Good afternoon, sir. Your name and your location.
I'm Yoruba.
Hello, yeah, good afternoon. Please call us back. You can call us back on 09161047698, 09161047698, or 081-105-26487, 081-105-26487, or 0902-2809257, 0902-2809257. Also send your WhatsApp and text messages to 07060932899, 07060932899. And ahead of that game between Liverpool and City, Pep has come out to say, Klopp come out to say that Pep, is the best manager in the world, and he said the current rivalry between City and Liverpool is the biggest rivalry, the English Premier League, had ever seen. What happens to the rivalry also between Arsenal and, of course, Manchester United back then. You can, talk to us right now. But before, we pick calls, you can, keep them coming. Let me talk to Kenny. Let's quickly, run through games played yesterday in the Europa League and, of course, the Europa Conference League. It was 1-1 between West Ham and Olympique Lyonnais. West Ham United got that red card to Aaron Cresswell, but, they stood strong and played out a 1-1 draw with Olympique Lyonnais. Goalless between Leicester City and PSV Eindhoven. Also, Frankfurt, played out a 1-1 draw with Barcelona, and one of your new team, Bodo Glimt, did the magic again against AS Roma. That's almost the second time this season in the same competition, right?
Yeah, that's the second time. The first time, that's the time that the Roma fans don't want to remember. I think that was 6-1. Yeah, 6-1. So for the games yesterday, West Ham, big ups to that team. David Moyes is doing some big stuff there somehow. Now, they got a red card late on in the second half. The first half, and it was Aaron Cresswell holding down Dembele, and that red card straight up. The referee never hesitated for that one. And the second half kick started. I was thinking, Lyon should be able to get that goal or score a couple and just seal things off already. But it wasn't that. Jared Bowen had other ideas when he scored first for West Ham, and that kind of woken Lyon. And they came back and got the equalizer, but never got the second goal. So I think West Ham still have the edge, even though they are going away from home next week, because you still play a man down and you're still able to score a goal. It tells you about the edge you have over your opponent. And the Eintracht Frankfurt against Barcelona. That was a great game. Barcelona played some very good. In second half, they had a very good game. I saw that goal, the build up to that Ferran Torres goal. This is a typical Barcelona. This is the Barcelona we saw in the days of when Pep was in charge, when we had the Iniesta, the coach now, who was the player then Xavi. They've got players who really pass the ball so well, and we see the communication, the connection between Ferran Torres, Pedri, and what's the name, De Jong. So I believe fantastic stuff. And that goal by the Frankfurt player, I can't really pronounce his name, I'm sorry, but that was a belter, long range drive, big one. So I think the second leg Camp Nou is sealed already, but not to be able to get the win. And for Leicester City, goalless against PSV Eindhoven, not really a good start for Leicester City. Rangers lost to Braga. Braga scored first in the first half, but it was Juda. They scored again. Ruiz, big one for Braga. Shorting Giovanni. Not Giovanni Van Bronckhorst, the name of Rangers coach. So I believe is actually a good start for Braga, and the teams that really got off to a winning start. Marseille beating POK, and fair enough, 3-3 draw against Slavia Prague.
Yeah, that's what
Peter Olayinka.
Good thriller.
Yeah, I own Peter Olayinka got a goal in that game. It was really interesting. For Roma against Bodo Glimt, that was Mourinho. What's happening to Mourinho?
So goes to one.
Yeah, Bodo Glimt. It seems they have the password to beating
to
Roma. just like a popular Yoruba sport personality said, they've got past questions to how to beat Roma. So I believe Roma can still win the game. Remember, they'll be heading to Rome straight up next week. So I think they should be able to see things up at home.
Okay, let's see if they can see things up at home. Right now, let's move straight to that game we are anticipating on Sunday, talking about Super Sunday clash between Liverpool and Manchester City. And surprisingly, the club has come out in defense of Manchester City boss Pep Guardiola, labeling his Premier League title rival as the best coach in the world, as the pair prepare to meet on Super Sunday ahead of City's Champions League quarter-final tie with Atletico Madrid. This week, Guardiola joked that he may have found the solution to the suggestion that he overcomplicates his tactics in the big games. And he said, Pep is the best coach in the world. Let's listen to Jurgen Klopp labeling Pep as the best in the world. We'll be right back.
Pep is the best coach in the world. I think we all would agree on that. And it might be a coincidence that it didn't work out so far in the Champions League or whatever. But the things he won, the football he plays, if anybody doubts him, then I have no idea how that could happen. And no, we all think a lot. That's the reason why we make sometimes mistakes and sometimes we find out the right things to do.
Alright, welcome back. Still to Sports on Impact Business Radio 92.5 FM. Studio lines open right now. 09161047698, 09161047698, or 08110526487, 08110526487, or 0902280927, 0902280927. You can also send your WhatsApp or text messages to 07060932899, 07060932899. We're also live on Facebook. Just go to www.facebook.com/IBR925FM Ibadan, www.facebook.com/IBR925FM Ibadan. You can also drop a comment on the comment section down there. Stick to sport on Impact Business Radio 92.5 FM. Let me come to Samson Omotocho. You listen to Klopp, speaking ahead of that game on Sunday, saying Pep is the best coach in the world with what he had done with the citizens, and despite issues surrounding Pep not winning the Champions League with the Manchester City side. Klopp says we overcomplicate things, we overthink about the issue of the Champions League, and he believes since coming to England, Pep has pushed him all the way and helped his team also develop to be one of the world beaters.
Yeah, definitely. These are mind games from both coaches. You're going to hear Pep will say his own. Now, Klopp, definitely. Both of them they've been arch rivals. We saw both of them at the German Bundesliga. They slugged it out over there. Remember, both of them. Klopp was with Borussia Dortmund, and Pep was with Bayern Munich at that point in time. So they slugged it out over there. It was they were at loggerheads, and to an extent you'd say Klopp has had that edge, a bit of that edge over Pep Guardiola. Even whilst they were in Germany, they had that. It has been a very tough one. You win one, they will draw. You see, they will lose. It's a lot really about both of them. But then,
do you doubt the credibility, or the CV, the work that Pep had done over the years? Do you doubt him being called the best coach in the world?
With Pep saying,
with Pep,
well,
I'm asking you.
Yes, Pep
do you doubt it?
Pep is one of the best. It might not really be the best at the moment. There was a time, perhaps when he was with Barcelona, we might tag him as the best in the world. But then there are some games that he had actually lost that we never expected him to lose. And that's,
you can't win all games.
You can't, definitely. You can't win all games. But Pep obviously is one of the, you want to count, 1, 2, 3, you are going to name Pep as one of the best in the world at the moment, because he has done well. There was a time, of course, he was on the run for quadruple last season. he almost got it, but then I think he got the three, all the domestic treble.
This is someone who has been consistent since coming to England.
Definitely, I might say, I'm not saying that he's not. I'm not saying he's not the best, and I'm not saying he's the best, but then he's among the best.
Okay.
You cannot.
The best for
yes,
you.
first three for me.
And you can't pick him as the best from the top three.
For in England, yes, he's the best in England.
It's not in England, in the world.
In the world,
that's what Klopp is saying.
It's really a dicey one. I might not really.
Let me ask the Liverpool man, your coach, has made a statement. Possibly you will understand the angle, the perspective is coming from, saying Pep is the best coach in the world. Saying, I think we would all agree on that, and it might just be a coincidence that it didn't work out in the Champions League for him. And he says, if anybody doubts, Pep being the best coach, I have no idea how that could happen. Do you have any idea of doubting
Pep,
what
Pep is not the
Klopp
best
said?
coach in the world.
Okay, why?
Yeah, because it's not just there yet. He's yet to win the Champions League. So with Man City,
and Klopp is saying it's just coincidence.
It's not coincidence. He's not the best coach in the world. He's lost to Tottenham in the Champions League. Lost to Liverpool in the Champions League. Come on, it's not the best coach. I think the best coach in the world right now is Thomas Tuchel of Chelsea, because he won the Champions League last season. He also, won the FIFA Club World Cup. That is World Cup for clubs, champion. So I think, right now the best coach in the world is Thomas Tuchel, and followed by Jurgen Klopp of Liverpool. Before you now start mentioning Pep, because Pep is one manager that he loves to spend. Which I don't have. I think
So you think
I think
the
one of the reasons
pounds brought him success.
That's it with Man City. That's the truth.
But the pounds never brought Mourinho success.
The truth is what Pep is doing. Other managers has done it with Man City. Man City won the Premier League with Man City, right? Pellegrini won it. So what is special? The Champions League is what they want, and he's here to earn them. So I believe, Pep, is not the best coach in the world. I picked Thomas Tuchel first right now before Jurgen Klopp.
Okay, all right. Like I said, phone lines open right now. Let's have your thoughts about this topical issue we are discussing right now about Pep being the best coach in the world, and is the City Liverpool rivalry. What we experience right now is the biggest rivalry we've done. We've witnessed over the years. Where will you put the Ferguson Wenger era during United against Arsenal? But I've got this message. Emmanuel from Yano Church says it's a good thing Pinnick is stepping down. As for winning the Women AFCON, it's no longer a big deal for Nigeria. As for Sunday's game, I want Liverpool to win. It's not about best coach. It's about what happened on Sunday. Thank you, Emmanuel from Iyano Church, for your message this afternoon. I've got this message also. It says, we say thank you to Mrs. Pinnick. We thank her. You guess who again?
Wow.
Steve Bond, right?
Steve Bond, right?
Of course. Say thank you, Mrs. Pinnick. You understand what he's saying? For telling the husband to...
Yeah, she actually heard our cry from this end.
That's Steve Bond for you, Steve Bond. Thank you for your message. Let's listen to Klopp on the rivalry between him and Pep, and of course the rivalry between City and Liverpool. But before we do that, let's pick this call. Someone is trying to reach us. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello.
Good afternoon, sir. Your name and your location.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon.
Your name?
Mr. Lukman, don't call me. Lukman.
Lukman from where? From where? Okay, well, it's not on this program. You spoke about you won a gift. You can just send a text message if you are listening. Just send a text message to 0905 221 3356. 0905 221 3356. Stating the program. What you won. So we can pick it up from there. Hello, good afternoon to you.
Hello, good afternoon.
Your name and your location.
My name is Larry. I'm calling from Challenge.
Larry, good to have you. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you. I kind of laughed when I heard that the story between him and Man City is not the biggest. The two of them come. The message that he has been there, the message that he has been there for years, 50 years. You go Man U Arsenal. Way back 20, 30 years. They've done this for like 10, 15 years. We're not even up to that, so I don't think they are the biggest. I want Liverpool to win the league, so that at least that would be check. And for God's sake, if you say that Guardiola is about the best coach in the world. What people like Sir Alex Ferguson want everything. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much for talking to us. He spoke about the biggest rivalry in England and also spoke about the best coach, saying, where will you put, Sir Alex Ferguson? I've got this message saying, it's from Olayinka from Yano Church, saying Pep is definitely not the best coach in the world. He spent to win. He never built to win, unlike Jurgen. Come Sunday, you will see what I mean. Thank you very much, Olayinka, for sending in your message this afternoon. And quick one, as we build up to that game on Sunday, please join us tomorrow for the Saturday edition of Tutu Sports. By 1 p.m. We've got some predict and win for you. You don't want to miss out on that. We want to reward you, our loyal fans and listeners. So we've got some juicy, reward for you concerning that game. So please listen to tomorrow's program by 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. In which you have the opportunity to predict. And if you predict, definitely we've got something for you. But let's now listen to Club on the rivalry currently between City and Liverpool.
I watched a lot of football in my life, but I cannot now not say that I was always in the subject. The detail that I can say, that's the biggest I know about big rivalries. It's cool. It's cool. The last 4 years or whatever, since we stepped up a little bit and could close the gap to City slightly, it's interesting. Absolutely, we push each other to an incredible point tallies, madness. I would have never thought that these kind of things are possible, and especially not in this league. So the consistency both teams showed in that period is absolutely crazy. We had our top year where we won the league, where obviously City could not. There was a little gap, and then obviously there were years, especially last year, when there was the gap again big because we had our problems. Apart from that, it was always close, which I like. As always said, the closer you get, the more likely it becomes that you can overtake. But we know it's tough. What changed in these 4 years that everybody else thinks it's tough as well when they face us, and that's really good.
Guys, your reaction to what your club said. This is the biggest rivalry so far in the English Premier League, and he has likened it to what we've seen between Roger Federer and Rafael Nadal. Starting with you, Kenny, quick one.
Yeah, it's not the biggest rivalry because I think it's not recently when both teams started, playing together at the highest level. Highest level, like always competing, playing the Champions League, all of that. I don't think, it was like that before. So that's not the biggest rivalry.
Okay.
Definitely for me, the biggest rivalry is definitely because it's from Arsenal, Manchester United, the days of Vieira. Where you see Roy Keane, even from the top, you see both of them, you see they're hitting them. So that's the biggest. That's definitely. So this Liverpool, Man City, definitely not the biggest.
Okay, as we go this afternoon from the world of tennis, Simona Halep will work with Patrika Muratoglu, the longtime coach of Serena Williams, on a full-time basis. American great Williams has been coached by Muratoglu since 2012, but has not played since injuring her leg at Wimbledon in June. And of course, as we build up to the Australian Grand Prix, Charles Leclerc headed Red Bull's Max Verstappen in today's practice at the Australian Grand Prix. And well, it's not been a good one for Mercedes, just like Samson stated earlier. George Russell, finished 11th, and of course, Lewis Hamilton finished 13th. Thank you guys for coming. Thank you, Kenny. Thank you, Samson. Join us tomorrow. I told you we've got mouth-watering offers for you on Saturday's edition of Total Sport. And of course, a big thanks to DJ IBK Bag, not forgetting Olushola Jao. And we've got guys from the Newscasting and Communication